A Worldwide Childcare Guide. Chapter 1. International Daycare / World Childcare. Australia Daycare Info. National Childcare Accreditation Council. Level 3, 418A Elizabeth Street, Surrey Hills, NSW 2010. 02, 8260 1900. 1300 136 554. Fax 02, 8260 1901. 131 450, Telephone Translating Service for calls in languages other than English. 131 677, National Relay Service for hearing or speech impaired callers. Quality Care at ncac.gov.au. ncac.gov.au. British Childcare Resources. childcarelink.gov.uk. daycaretrust.org.uk. hmrc.gov.uk/childbenefit/index.hdm. nacis.org.uk. ukbenefits.org/child_benefit.html. Canadian Childcare / Canadian Daycare. Caregivers.ca, 416-367 Care, Canada. aeceo.ca, Early Childhood Educators. Daycareproviders.ca. Child and Family Canada. cfc-efc.ca. Publications and links to Canadian childcare organizations. calgarynanny.ca, Calgary Nanny. daycare-centers.com/daycare/ca/canada/childcare.html. cafcc.on.ca, Coordinated Access for Childcare, the official site for childcare and daycare services in Hamilton, on. pcpctoronto.org, Toronto and District. Cooperative Preschool Corporation. wcfcca.ca, 800-686-6685, Western Canada Family. Childcare Association of BC. abcnannies.org, BC. AbsoluteCaRenanny.com, 877-925-8474. Caregiversandmore.ca, 902-425-7727, Halifax. child.gov.ab.ca, free online booklet Protocols for Handling Child Abuse and Neglect in Childcare. Internationalnannies.com, Vancouver. nannies4you.com, Halifax. nannyfindersbc.com. newsolutionscanada.com, Toronto. opti-mum.com, Vancouver. scotia-personel-ltd.com, Halifax, Canada. swccfc.gc.ca/publish/research/ccare-e, Canada. Canadian Association for Young Children. 612 West 23rd St. N. Vancouver, BC V7M2C3. 604-984-0241. kc.ca. Canadian Association of Family Resource Programs. 707 to 331 Cooper St. Ottawa, on K2P0G5. 613-237-7667. frp.ca. Canadian Child Care Federation. 201 to 383 Parkdale Ave. Ottawa, on K1Y4R4. 800-858-1412. 613-729-5289. Fax, 613-729-3159. cccf-fcsge.ca. Canadian Council of Social Development/CCSD. 441 McLaren. 4th floor. Ottawa, Ontario K2P2H3. 613-236-8977. The Canadian Daycare Advocacy Association. Childcare Advocacy Association F Canada. 323 Chapel Street, Ottawa, Ontario KIN 7Z2. 613-594-3196. Fax, 613-594-9375. Childcare Programs. Employability and Social Partnerships. Human Resources Development Canada. 140 Promenade du Portage. Phase 4, 5th FL. Hull, QCK1AOJ9. 819-997-1452. hrdc.gc.ca. collections.ic.gc.ca/child/index.html. Childcare Resource and Research Unit/CRRU. Centre for Urban and Community Studies. University of Toronto. 455 Spadina Avenue. Number 305. Toronto, Ontario M5S 208. 416-978-6895. Childcarecanada.org. Family Service Canada. 220 Laurier Avenue West. Number 600. Ottawa, Ontario KIP 5Z9. 613-722-8610. International Nannies and Home Care. 800-820-8308. Nannies of Canada. 902-454-2544. Unit for Childcare Research. School of Child and Youth Care. University of Victoria. Victoria, BC V8W2Y2. 250-721-7979. Vanier Institute of the Family. 94 Centre Point Drive. Nepean, Ontario. K2G6 by 613-228-8500. World Organization for Early Childhood Education Canada. Faculty of Education. Laval University. Quebec City, Quebec G1K7P4. 418-656-7891. Provincial Daycare Offices. Childcare.net/licensing.shtml. Canadian Childcare Federation. 30 Rosemont Avenue. Number 100. Ottawa, on Key 1P4. cfc-efc.ca/cccf. Alberta. Family and Social Services. Daycare Services. 7th FL. 9942 108th ST. Edmonton, UBT 5K2J5. 780-427-0444. gov.ab.ca. Family and Social Services. Daycare Services. 9th FL. 1520 4th ST Southwest. Calgary, UBT 2R1H5. 780-297-6100. gov.ab.ca. British Columbia. British Columbia. Childcare Branch. Ministry of Social Services. 3rd FL. 614 Humboldt ST. Victoria, BC V8V1X4. 250-387-6213. 800-663-7867. 604-660-2421, Vancouver. gov.bc.ca. Manitoba. Child Daycare. Number 102. 114 Gary St. Winnipeg, MBR3C1G1. 800-282-8069. 204-945-2197. 204-945-2668. gov.mb.ca. New Brunswick. Office for Childcare Services. Department of Health and Community SVCs. Daycare Assistance Program. POB 5100. Fredericton, NBE3B5G4. 506-453-2460. 453-2950. gov.nb.ca. Newfoundland. Daycare Subsidy Program. Department of Health and Community SVCs. epub 8700. St. John's, NFA 1B4J6. 709-570-7902. gov.nl.ca. Daycare and Homemaker Services. epub 87000. St. John's, NFA 1B4J6. 709-729-3590. gov.nl.ca. Nova Scotia. NS Daycare Programs. Department of Community SVCs. epub 696. Halifax, NSB 3J2T7. 902-424-3204. gov.ns.ca. Ontario. Childcare Branch. Ministry of Community and Social Services. 80 Grosvenor St. 4th FL. Toronto, on M7A1E9. 416-327-4865. gov.on.ca. Contact your municipal government daycare or family office if they have one. Prince Edward Island. Daycare Subsidy Program. Child and Family SVCs. 161 St. Peter's RD. epub 2000. Charlottetown, PECIA 7 and 8. 902-368-6440. 902-368-6518. gov.pe.ca. Early Childhood Services. Department of Health and Social Services. epub 2000. Charlottetown PEC 1A 7 and 8. 902-368-4957. gov.pe.ca. Quebec. Ministère de la Famille et de l'Enfance. Edifice André Laurendau. 1050 Day Parlementaires. 70 Etage. Quebec City, QCG1R5Z8. 800-363-0310. 514-873-2323. gov.qc.ca. Saskatchewan. Childcare Program. 1920 Broad St. 11th FL. Regina, SKS4P3V6. 800-667-7155. 306-787-4114. gov.sk.ca. Northwest Territories. Childcare Program. Department of Social Services. NWT Government. 500-4920 52nd St. Yellowknife, NTX1A2L9. 867-873-6295, Career Center. 867-920-8920, Childcare. gov.nt.ca. Yukon. Childcare Services. Department of Health and Community SVCs. Yukon Government. epub 2703. Whitehorse, YKY1A2C6. 867-667-3492. gov.yu.ca.